Hello, and welcome to the Joy Money Micro Nano NAR, presented to you today by Jennifer Wheeler. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the JoyFull Badass Academy. So Nano NAR, that might sound weird and confusing and new, and so is the Joy Money Micro, and like a lot of things could be swirling around in your head right now. But don't worry, because a Nano NAR is basically a shortened version of a webinar. I'm a huge proponent of micro learning, which is basically honing in and finding the information and pieces of information that people really need to know and kind of taking some of the fluff out of it. So although this will follow a traditional webinar pattern or structure, it's going to be a lot shorter. So hopefully we'll be done here in the next 15 or 20 minutes. I'm your host, the Joyful Badass. I'm Jennifer Wheeler. I've spent over 25 years in both education and small business development operations, including HR and finance. I'm an international speaker. I am a huge proponent of diversity and inclusion, equity and belonging. I'm a Google I Am Remarkable facilitator. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm also a hot mess. Now, today's agenda, Nano NAR agenda. Shift you deal with as entrepreneurs, common solutions for that shift, JMM, a solution that actually works, how to join our community and enroll in the JMM, and then a free gift to you for attending today. So, how many of us started out as entrepreneurs thinking that, Oprah would be our dream? That's who we wanted to be. That's what we were looking to do. Or honestly, it just seemed like, oh, wow, she makes that kind of easy. But did you think that it would be easier than your old job? I know I did. When I left the classroom, I thought, oh, yeah, this has got to be better than being a teacher. And in many, many ways, it was. And in many ways, it wasn't. So were you prepared for all the gaps and things that you didn't know, such as copywriting, web design, SEO, social media, digital project launches, networking, bank accounts, taxes, and while you're doing all your regular shift, momming or dadding or, having a life outside of work? I think that's what most of us want, is we want a balance, but I'm not sure balance is possible, and that's a whole different webinar. So let's just keep talking about how we can become more productive and get a handle on all these things we need to do as entrepreneurs and as just human beings in the world. Okay, because this is how I felt a lot. All that overwhelm and all those things you need to know. And it's not that we aren't capable. Overwhelm is not about your ability to do it. It's just the fact sometimes there's too many things to do, and it makes it hard to know where to start. And I don't know about you, but that leads me into procrastination. So I have felt like my hair was on fire. And from time to time, I would just, apply for jobs, even though I knew I didn't want them. And that did not allow my energy to stay aligned. So overall, I just felt like, a hot mess. Now, part of being a hot mess is also knowing when you need some help with that hot mess. And I'm not very good at asking for help. So I tried a lot of different things before I finally found a solution that really helped me. So how many of these things have you tried? Digital courses out the wazoo. I mean, I call myself a course whore because I will buy practically every course that's out there. Some I use, some I don't. They're always around the gaps I feel like I have. And sometimes I still struggle with those same things. Was it me? Was it them? Probably both. We've probably also been in high or low end coaching programs, masterminds, special paid support groups. Been there, done that. All of them were beneficial to me, but did not always solve the problem, because part of the problem is me. I've also tried other tools. How about you? Calendars, planners, collaborative planning tools, list making apps, bullet journaling, you name it, I've probably tried it. And I've also hired a VA. I did this once, just a few years, 2 or 3 years into my business. I had no idea what I needed to do. I think it was probably a waste of time and money. I felt sorry for the girl after a while. Like, I can't even think of anything for her to do, which was ridiculous because there was plenty. I just didn't know how to delegate. I was a teacher. You don't really delegate a whole lot when you're a teacher. Most of it falls on you. So that didn't feel natural to me. And it may not feel natural to you either. And that's part of the beauty of the Joy Money Micro, is that it will help you become more comfortable with delegation. I did this process last year, 2 years ago almost now. gosh, 2020 went by in a weird blur. And now I know exactly what I need my VA to do. I created a job description for her. We are trucking along and getting lots of things done. In fact, if you sign up or send me an email to receive more information about the Joy Money Micro, you'll probably hear from Jamie. Now, what are the benefits of the Joy Money Micro? Well, first of all, you will discover your productivity gaps and zone of JoyFull Genius. What is preventing you from living and working in your zone of JoyFull Genius? Then, what do you want to do with that stuff? What kind of strategy do you want to create to dump, delegate, or redesign tasks and activities? And then from that, you can develop passive income streams that lead to more revenue. And fortunately, I can help you create a strategy to delegate, and I can also help you redesign your tasks as well as create passive income streams. So the educator in me totally help you with some curriculum. So here we have the JMM. This process really did help me find my zone of genius, which is creating e-learning and helping others do the same. I'm also like a person who loves to take in information, kind of reprocess it and share it with other people. So that's another gift I have and something that I really enjoy. I have offloaded, because of the Joy Money Matrix, I created a job description for my VA. I mean, immediately almost leaving the Joy Money Matrix retreat, I had all these ideas about what she could help me, or what someone could help me do. And so I have offloaded a lot of things, but off the top of my head, website upkeep, weekly newsletters, all the scheduling, social media postings, and all kinds of other administrative tasks that I don't like it, or I don't have time to learn it. And another benefit for me is that my VA works for a VA company. So if there's anything that she's not familiar with, or it's not joyful for her, then we can find people within her organization that can help us fill in the gaps. And so it's been so beneficial for me to use this process and create a plan that makes planners and collaborative tools and masterminds and courses so much more valuable, because I know what brings me joy, and I know what types of work truly bring me joy and what doesn't. So I can focus on those revenue generating activities and leave some of the other stuff to my assistant. Super, super helpful. So how does the Joy Money Micro work? You keep saying micro. You said nano NAR. What does this really mean? You also mentioned retreat. Well, because I'm a huge fanatic about micro learning and really honing into kind of like, what's the point, right? We get on calls, we go on trainings, like, what's the point? Get to it. I have a lot on my plate. And that's what micro learning helps you do. And so as a micro learner, the JMM is delivered via text for 21 days. So just the shortest, juiciest information via text, followed by a virtual instructor-led learning lab. So I'll be the one to help you finish your strategy, finalize everything, and get your tasks into a format that you can actually look at and determine what you need to do. Now, I mentioned blended learning model. So that means that you'll get your lessons via text. There will be handouts. There will be supplemental documents that you can use for planning. This process is very structured, but yet there's a lot of flexibility and fluidity into it. So you'll have everything you need. When you enroll, we will place the order for a big box of joyful goodies, which includes everything you need to do the Joy Money Matrix micro from home. So you'll just get so many things. And when you email me with your interest in the program, I'll be happy to send you all the things that will come in the box. But basically, as I said, you'll get everything you need. Sticky notes, the diagrams, the big JMM Matrix model, posters, surprises, pens, markers, journals. Like, you'll get a lot of stuff. So you will have everything you need to get started with this product, which is another thing that's fun. It's hands-on. There is not a lot of sitting in front of the computer. There's not a lot of Zoom, very limited Zoom. The Learning Lab is the only thing that would be Zoom. Everything else will just be a simple text. You control when you do it. You control when you receive the text. You really have a lot of control over this whole process. And then when we get together in the learning lab, that's where we can start to share out. I will walk you through getting all your strategies set and determining what your next steps are from there. So you will have support all the way through. And here's just a little example of some of the things that come in the kit and how we use them. This is my brainstorm of all the tasks and activities that I'm doing or was doing at that time as both just a general human and an entrepreneur. And when I got all this done and sat it out and took the photo, I was like, good grief, no wonder I'm so damn tired all the time. Just another element. So ultimately, we take these sticky notes and we place them on the Joy Money Matrix board. And you evaluate for joy, for money. There's a lot of things that we'll look at so that you will create a process that is exactly for you. This is not about anybody but you. And that's what I love about it. It's a process, it's a structure, it's not a one size fits all in that it really meets you where you are and you get to make it what you want it to be. I just love when I can share information with people and then give them an opportunity to really interact and manipulate it themselves. That is my favorite way of teaching, and I am so thrilled that I found a way to offer that to you outside of that, Zoom environment. So from there, we'll create your strategic intervention plan. This happens in the learning lab. And this is where you'll decide what you want to dump, delegate, or redesign. And no worries, support is always available through the learning lab. I also offer a master Hive membership, which is similar to a mastermind blended with the Hive mind. So we have things in common. We're looking at things with similar ways, but at the same time, we're diverse enough that we can have very robust conversations about what we need and how we can help each other. I also offer VIP work sessions where we would work together one-on-one. Now, if you decide you want to move into micro-learning as a source of passive income for yourself or as a means to refresh or reach a bigger audience with your educational offerings, I do offer micro-learning by design, where I teach you how to design courses via text in the micro model philosophy. Now, here we are at the end. I told you it was nano. It's not super long. And now that we've gotten to the end, I'm curious to know, are you excited? Does this sound interesting? You want more? So if you want to enroll now, all you got to do is send me an email. Janifer, Janifer, at jenniferwheeler.com. That's it. Send me an email. Are you super excited, but you need to wait? No worries. Send me an email. We have a waiting list and we can put your name on there. Anyone who joins our waiting list in 2021 gets a discounted rate for the Joy Money Micro. Doesn't matter when you enroll, you lock in that rate by joining the waiting list. And of course, if you enroll now, you get that same low rate. So, and if no matter what your options today, no matter which one you do, anyone gets a free text course trial. So the JoyFull Badass Academy does offer some free, short 5 to 7 day trainings that give you some information on our micro learning, on how to be a joyful badass. And they're just kind of fun way for you to see what the text, micro delivery or micro learning via text is all about. And you kind of see if you like it. Now, of course, I'm always loving to connect with people on LinkedIn, so please do that. I have a page, Wheelhouse Lifestyle Solutions. We post a lot of things there, lots of articles, resources around diversity and inclusion, around micro-learning, around productivity. So all the things that I like to learn about and all the things that I like to share with my community. I'm soon joining Clubhouse. So if you are on Clubhouse, you can connect with me there too, at Joyful Badass. And then ultimately, if you have any questions, send me an email. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate it and look forward to getting to know you through the Joy Money Micro.